The media industry in Tanzania has undergone 4 distinct phases, each with its own characteristics and goals. The first phase was the German colonial media, which aimed to advance the interests of German settlers and farmers. The second phase was British colonial propaganda, which dominated the media sector during the British administration from 1916 to 1961. The third phase saw the emergence of nationalist media advocating for self-governance and human rights, including African-owned newspapers like Kwetu that focused on issues relevant to the indigenous population and campaigned for social, economic, and political equality. The fourth phase was characterized by socialist regimes media after Tanzania gained independence in 1961. Julius Nyerere's government established the Mwananchi Printing and Publishing Company in 1962 to create a Swahili press and an English paper to promote national unity and development. The Tanganyika's Broadcasting Corporation, TBC, played a critical role in Tanzania's pre-independence political scene, but it faced criticism by its language policy, which aimed to use Swahili as the nation's lingua franca. The democratization process led to an increase in the number of newspapers, and private publications were no longer restricted after the implementation of the multi-party system in 1992. The Broadcasting Services Act of 1993 allowed for private broadcasting, challenging the state monopoly or RTD. The government has become more tolerant of criticism but still regulates the media through the Newspapers Act of 1976. Plans to launch a mainland television station were revived in the late 1980s, and Tanzania's first television station was launched in 1994. The liberalization of Tanzania's media sector paved the way for the establishment of community radio stations, which gave the voice to marginalized groups and contributed to community development. With the emergence of multiple television stations, online platforms, and social media channels that offer faster and more accessible ways to access news and information. Different from the traditional ways of communicating with people, the internet has been shown to reach a great number of people. Tanzania Communications Regulatory Authority, TCRA, presents data on the trend of internet subscriptions for the past 5 years, showing an average growth rate of 19% per year. In 2018, there were more than 23 million internet subscriptions, which increased to more than 30 million subscriptions by the end of March 2023. This is more than 50% of the Tanzanians' population. That is, internet can reach many people differently from traditional media. However, technological advancement in Tanzania has faced a number of challenges, including unfriendly laws and regulations such as Statistics Act, EPOCA, Media Services Act, and Online Content Regulation. These acts are used to undermine the freedom of expression and information sharing. There will be challenges that come with emerging technologies and shifting audience needs. It will require a collective effort from media practitioners, policymakers, and citizens to ensure that the evolution of the media industry is inclusive, ethical, and responsive to the needs of all Tanzanians. Nonetheless, the potential for growth and transformation is vast, and Tanzania can build a media ecosystem that propels the country into a bright and prosperous future.